Alright guys, as you can see, this is the pumpkin lantern which my roommate made. She doesn't came out for something else. Maybe she just want to entertain herself with something, take a lot of time. Maybe it's fancy, I don't know. What do you think about it? Seems dinosaur. It's not candle inside, it's just a flashing LED. I think it's the color of the orange. I like orange, but I don't like the LED. I was a little frustrated by the recent project. Forget about it. It's almost 12:30 p.m. I mean midnight, past midnight. I just finished my monster, finished my skinny cow, finished my cereal. I'm not going to sleep very early. I should sleep at this time because tomorrow is Sunday and the school stream won't open until 12 o'clock. I mean 12 o'clock. They won't open until 12 o'clock. So if I just sleep very late and have a delay sleep tomorrow morning, which means I would get up at 11:30 a.m. and then eat some cereal, go to the gym, hit the gym, and when I return and finish the shower, it probably would be the 3:30 p.m. So I'm not going to do that. It would be a totally waste of time. So I think probably I would get up very early tomorrow morning and probably at 7 a.m. or maybe even earlier, 6:30. That would be crazy for me to get up on Sunday at 6:30. I mean, probably I would go to hit Starbucks in the strip. Yeah, strip is the nickname of the Cumberland Road, which is pretty close to our dormitory. And in that, I remember I have mentioned there is a fancy street near our school, near our campus, has a lot of restaurants, the Chipotle, the Wendy's, Burger King, or a lot of restaurants on that street. That street's nickname is the Strip. Oh, why am I wearing this? Well, I'm using a cell phone, so I don't need to use a earphone. Well, probably I would get a venti americano, and I will hit the gym at 12 a.m. and I would take all my stuff. I mean the jogging clothes, jogging trousers, and wear my specially jogging trainer, which is MB, but it is produced by the South Korean people. I don't know why. Before, when I was in high school, New Balance is an awesome because they didn't separate their company, and all the shoes was made in the USA, and they are in the great quality. I mean, the trainer is really soft and very fluffy. I mean, when you get into that trainer, you would feel so comfortable, like you are stepping on the top of the cotton, but it's not too soft. You can still feel the up and down of that trainer. So in the high school, I have a very strong concept that New Balance is exactly the trainer for the president. It has a top. Its quality is on the top of the world. But when I entered the college, it was last year. Maybe it was the beginning of this year. Yes, I thought it was beginning Yeah, it's approaching my birthday. I remember it's probably, yeah, the beginning of this year's. I bought another trainer, also the New Balance, but it is, the type of that shows is 574. I have heard from my friends that that shows was separated. The company, New Balance company, has separated their company, their business, and sold part of them to the South Korean people, and 574 was among the the part which has been sold to the South Korean people. So I want to say that trainer sucks. It's so solid and it's so hard, I have said that there's some problem with my right foot. The snails, I want to tell you that is totally because of that sucking trainer. The trainer is so hard and it's bad for my feet especially when I jogging so much. I'm going to buy a new jogging trainer. Probably I'm considering about the brand of the Asics. I like their shapes, I like their logo, and I've heard that they have great quality and they didn't sell their companies to the South Korea people. I don't know. I don't like the South Korea products because many of them are not in a good quality, but they pretend they have the good quality. Compared with the South Korean products, I prefer the Japanese products. And many of you guys have some, knowledge that Chinese and Japanese doesn't get together with each other very well. I want to tell you, because of some historic bad memory, historic business, the World War II, Japanese really does worst things to not only to the Chinese but mainly to the Chinese. So almost every Chinese hates the Japanese. That is true, but it doesn't mean you can't get well with them because you don't like them. Maybe you have some something against them, but you can still sit down and talk about some business, talk about some academic problems. You can learn together. You can make profit together. It doesn't affect because you don't need to live with them. You don't need to find a husband who is Japanese, right? For me, I'm Chinese. I'm deep in my heart, I don't like Japanese because some historic reason and some, reason have some, conflicts between the two countries. And also, most of the Japanese temper are a little strange. They can be very nice, but they would turn into another state immediately. They change very quickly, so it is a little hard to handle their temper. So deep inside my heart, I don't like Japanese, but it doesn't affect. I like their products. I like Japanese food. I like sushi. Actually, I don't like sushi very much because there are too many rice. I prefer the seafood in Japanese, and also some Japanese desserts. They make great dessert, even better than the French people. Even better than the French dessert. I prefer the Japanese food, and some of their T-shirts. Shows. They have great talents in the fashion career. A lot of fancy T-shirts, and to be honest, their products really have great quality. The Japanese products, their electronics, I think they're the best of the world. Even better than the Germany's. Germany's has really good electronics too, but they have different, special in different field. Most of the electronics, Japanese does better, and then the Germans. Germans are pretty good at the heavy industry, some like motor and some watch, and also a lot of motors. Yes, machines, heavy machines. But Japanese really good at the tiny little electronic things. They are manipulate most of the electronic things. Some of the products of electronic things you can only buy from them. You can't, you can't invent them. You can't buy the knowledge of the secret behind that electronic. They don't sell them. But we have tried our best to chase them. It's another topic. We won't talk about that. What are going to? Yeah, the trainer. I'm going to buy the Asics. That is Japanese brand, and they really have great quality, and they are very fashionable. I like them very much. I follow their brand in Instagram, and they upload a lot of fancy shows, photos every day or every hour. And probably I will have before I hit the gym tomorrow morning at about 11:30, probably I would have some food in Starbucks. I don't know. I have never tasted their but I have tasted their bakery, but I never tasted their sandwich. But it seems I have already have an overlook of their sandwiches. They are so tiny. I don't think I will feel full or feel satisfied after I eat the sandwich. The good thing is the panerai bread, which I love very much. I bought a Kobe stone. It's some kind of dessert. It's cinnamon bread with a lot of chocolate icing inside of it, and also one chocolate bagel and one blueberry bagel. Not blueberry. It's a chocolate bagel and cinnamon crunch bagel inside of my fridge. Probably I would take the Kobe stone, which is 570 calories. Probably I would take that to the Starbucks and order a venti americano. Drink the coffee first to finish some of my preparation for the test, and then at 11:30 probably I would eat that dessert. It has a lot of calories. Calories equals energy, and so I would have enough energy to finish my jogging. I would then hit the gym. After the gym, I would have the shower. After shower, I don't know what I will do. Probably have a good sleep or something like that. I don't know. We will see. But the plan is that sometimes you will make plan for the future things, but it won't turn out to be exactly what you expect it to be. So I just wish that, because that can give me a lot of time. Don't waste the whole morning. Morning is essential and vital for a person during the whole day. So I want to make the best use of the morning. So I would get up very early. It is probably about it's approaching. Did you see that? It's approaching 1 a.m. I've already had the shower. Probably I wash my face, brush my teeth, and then probably go to sleep, and probably get up at 7. I don't know. We'll see about it. Recently, I feel I'm a little frustrated. There are a lot of little bubbles over my face. My mom says I sleep too late, but actually I would take nap during the day if I didn't sleep well the past night. I would take nap during the day. It is very, depends on people, depends on your state. Don't just like I have said already. You would have planned, but the plan won't turn out to be what exactly you expect it to be. But don't get messy or be driven to nerds if it doesn't turn out to be what exactly you have expected to be. Because it doesn't matter. You have an original plan, thought, concept about what I'm going to say, but life always changes because a lot of things you cannot think about it before it happens. It's called emergency. It's called random. Yes, that is what exactly interesting things about life. If you have already know what exactly would happen, what is the meaning of you leaving, right? Something surprising, something unexpected is exactly the interesting things you should expect in your life. And you should have a plan, because if you don't have a plan, you are not well organized to face the future. But if the future is not as well as same as what you expect as your plans, that doesn't matter. That is very common, and that is what life exactly should be. That is my concept, and I should go to wash my face and brush my teeth and have a good sleep. And I was frustrated by a lot of emotional stuff. My boyfriend today, Maxxchewning, uploaded a video. On that video, he says when you leave something you have already used to, just don't let it go, because there is always bigger and better things in the future waiting for you. That is so nice and so sweet. It just, some kind of saved me from the sad memories. I think it is time for me to leave that guy. I mean, my former lover. I think it's time to say goodbye to him. I don't want to waste my precious emotion on him, because, well, I don't want to blame him, but he treated me really cruel. Sometimes I really doubt whether he has ever loved me. So we have lost contact. We have serious problems in communication. If that is, well, these communication problems will never vanish, because both of our temper, both of our personalities are not easy to, beggar others to do something. So I think probably we shouldn't be together. And maybe that is the arrangement of the girl. I always trust there is some definite. Alright, I think it is time to move on and say goodbye to the past. And thanks Maxxchewning. He's really handsome and stunning, and I really get a lot of, motivation from him. He helps me a lot, I really want to be good, but he's in Virginia, and it's not in Knoxville, and he's so, be welcomed by a lot of people. It's really very hard to be friends with him. I don't know. I hope if there is any possibility, probably I can be his very good friends. Maybe he can teach me how to lift. I'm really a little interested in lift, but I don't want to have too much muscles. I prefer the cardio because I'm a jogger. I started jogging probably 5 years ago, and I keep jogging every day during the past 5 years. I'm not kidding. I keep jogging every day, but I keep jogging every day during 5 years. And when you get used to one kind of favorite sports, you will never stop it. Trust me. And I think people should work out as much as possible. Life is important for people to work out. Everybody knows that. Alright, see you guys. It's very late. I need to get sleep. I'm just a little tired, and I need to get up early tomorrow morning. And wish you guys all have a great night and great sleep. And last thanks to the Max, I could have a peaceful night tonight, I'm sure. Bye.